Well, 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 look who it is. Look who is in my chat box simply asking how I'm doing. How can I help you, sir? How can I help you? Does your wife know that you're in my chat box? Is your wife sleeping with somebody else while you're out training for another new job? I say another new job because this individual changes W-2s like some people change socks and underwear quite frequently. And we met on Facebook almost a year ago, not quite. Maybe around the end of November going into December. And I had met his coworker before I actually met this one. And the coworker was on Tinder, of all places. The one hangout where the marrieds really like to go. But the coworker's mistake was that he listed himself as friends only. And so that's where he stayed, in the friend zone. And that coworker wasn't very happy with me. All I did was not sleep with him. All I did was not sleep with him. And he was enraged. Well, I guess there's a little more to the story than that. Of course there is. In my case, in my life, there's always 10 sides to the story, not just 1, 2, or 3. More like 10 or 15. I wonder why. I wonder why. And so I met the coworker on Tinder, and he invited me out to his tiny home on a couple acres, giving the impression that he was semi-retired and bought it and was just there to relax. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. And so I arrived at the tiny house, and come to find out it was a Airbnb, and he was working in the Rio Grande and Roma area, out of town on work, and married, of course. And so he was shopping for a quick piece of ass, I guess, and apparently I didn't deliver. And so I spent 4 or 5 hours with this individual practicing watching men try to manipulate me into the bedroom, practicing watching what their tactics are, because as we know, men do what they've done before. Whatever's worked for them before, they're going to do it again. The leopard doesn't change his spots. The leopard doesn't change his spots. It's not that he can't change them. He probably could, but why should he? Why should the leopard change his spots if the prey keep coming with all the ones he already has? And so it was time for me to go home, and he wasn't very happy with me, but that's okay. And he ended up deleting me off the Tinder chat because, of course, he wouldn't give me his number. Because he's married. Because he's married. And so I met the next one on Facebook dating, and he was very straightforward with me. He was monogamous with a polyamorous wife. I should stand corrected on that. He had a wife that liked to cheat. And he's from a small island somewhere. But don't let that fool you. And his wife was something else, let me tell you. a gordita of sorts. Not somebody that I could imagine spending the rest of my life with if I was a man, let's just say that. And so this gentleman comes into my life and he tries to run it. He tries to take everything I have, and he just can't quite get there, can he? Well, no. Of course not. Because I'm going to tell you what, sir. I'll tell you what. I still bring in more money. My bills are all paid. And I'm not check to check. Your wife is out blowing all your money while you're out working in the snow and in the heat. Lonely. Very lonely. And so I'm about to ask him what she wanted to do before, because I'm pretty sure he was lying. That she wanted to quit her job and go off the grid. She's crazy. And he's lying. A girl like that couldn't survive a weekend pissing in the woods. She couldn't survive a weekend pissing in the woods, I promise you that. But story after story made up to try to make me jealous. And I guess I could say I could get jealous every now and then. But at the end of the day, what does a woman do? Find another one. Find another one. If he's not your cup of tea, find another one. And so he's in my inbox this morning asking how I'm doing, but I know, and we all know, it's more than that. He's circling the block to see if I have anybody else. I haven't spoken to this person since probably March. I think early April. He left a message on my phone. And he was blocked, but I got a new phone. And when I got a new phone, it unblocked some of those numbers. And so he says he's in Abilene on a new job. A coworker quit, another coworker quit. All they did was talk about me. All they did was talk about me and say what a drug and alcoholic I was, a drug addict, which is the most blatant lie. This is my 3rd year of sobriety. I had a problem with alcohol, I sure did, and at least I admit it. And at least I admit it, and I quit. I quit drinking finally, cold turkey. And these guys couldn't get me drunk enough to say yes. And then say I have a drug problem. If you could please give me the urinalysis, sir. Give me a urinalysis, sir, and tell me what will you find. What do you think you'll possibly find? You'll find chocolate. You'll find coconut water. You'll find peppermint tea. You'll find steak, chicken, tortillas. If you run a urinalysis on me for a drug test, that's what you're gonna find. You're not going to find crack, meth, coke, heroin, fentanyl. Maybe a little weed. But that's the end of that line. That's the end of that line. Alcohol, really? Really? Let's do a bullshit urinalysis on you, sir, and see what we find. Oh my God, there's your whole life on your panel. Your whole life is on your bullshit panel, so why don't you leave me alone, sir? What could you possibly want with me? What could you possibly want with me? Except for try to spend my money, lay up in my house, abuse my animal when I'm not looking. Those are the ones that try to break you. They start slapping your animal around. And once they control your animal, they're going to control you, because that animal is going to stop sticking up for you. I'm going to tell you something about this guy. My dog started getting in the trash when he started coming around. That dog has never been in the trash. So why is he in the trash now? And I'm talking not just pulling one little thing out of the trash. I'm talking emptying the whole can across the whole living room. And it only started when this guy started coming around. And so tell me why. Why is my perfectly behaved dog in the trash all of a sudden? Because this psycho is in my house and he doesn't want to leave. And I went through some serious BS lies to tell him to get rid of him, of course, because he's not going to go on his own. He probably would go on his own, but it wouldn't be very pleasant for any of us. And so I got tired of the embarrassment, trying to be a good woman to somebody else's husband. And I got tired of giving everything, and for some reason I felt like it wasn't just quite good enough. And so I found a lame excuse to send him packing and sleep on the floor with his co-worker. Boy, that didn't go over very well. Get your shit and get in the car. You're not coming back here again, sir. You're gonna go stay with your coworker, and I don't care if you sleep on the floor or you sleep next to him, but you're not sleeping here. And so, of course, I let him back for a short time. He was triangulating me between, actually it was more than a triangle, but it was him, the wife, and the coworker. And then there's a second coworker, so it was 4 of them against me. 4 against 1. For what? For what? What did I deserve? What did I do to deserve 4 people trying to take me down? It's because I'm too good for you, sir. I'm too good for you. And so that was the end of him. I finally got rid of him, or so I thought. And here he is. And you know, as a matter of fact, there's another gentleman that I met while I was with this one, and he was at the tire shop. And let me tell you what that asshole likes to do. He likes to pretend like he's not fucking with me, and calls me out of nowhere. How many times have I tried to call and talk to him just for me to be blocked and blocked and reblocked? And then he pops up again on the WhatsApp. Why are you in my WhatsApp, sir, when you have my phone number on the regular line? Because his girlfriend blocked me, or his wife, or his baby's mama, or something like that. We've never even made it out to dinner once. Never, not even one. He still hasn't taken me for tacos. He's been promising me tacos since February. Earlier than that. Where's my tacos? Where's my tacos, Mr. Tire Guy? And you know, the tire guy went and started working somewhere else, and he never has a car because he's got 2 DUIs and did a little time in prison for that, driving all over the place with no car. And then he texted me yesterday saying, hey, I'm on my way to Killeen for work. Good for you, sir. Good for you. And the problem I have with these dirty men is I can't even go to tacos with them because they're running around on dirty tags. What happens if we get pulled over, sir? What else is dirty in this truck? I don't even know. And so these are the type of men that like to waste my time. And then the guy that wants the manscaping, there's 2 of them that want manscaping. Well, one already got manscaping. There's another one coming. He thinks he is anyways. And the one that did get the manscaping is trying to do a little more, but I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to have my chicken sandwich here at work and watch videos about leveling up. But the only thing that's confirmed about some of these men, there's just something about me that they keep coming back. There's just something about me that they keep coming back.